yeah, now, my people, it's your guy, the Niger Englishman, and I'm suffering with a few technicals. I don't know what StreamYard is doing to me, but anyway, my team shall win 3 points this weekend, Shaz. I don't want to hear rubbish. Smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to the Premier League review and results show. It's our second edition of this particular show, and I think we've got like a debut on Tunnel TV today, a debutant. And do you know what? I'm glad I invited this particular young fellow on today's show because I remember some weeks back he was saying things like, "Oh no, I don't know if we're in a title challenge. You know this, that, boom, boom, boom." Like Liverpool fan, no big Jurgen Klopp, winning every trophy in the last 4 years. Oh, they won't talk. I don't know if I'm in a title challenge. No problem. But he's here today making his Tunnel TV debut. We got man like Roms in the building. How you doing, my bro?
Bro, big up Kono, big up FX, big up Mbizo. You know, me and Kono, we've going back and forth for years, but that's my brother. Debut on the channel, and now I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. Thank you. Smash the likes, listen, subscribe, all that jazz, man. All that jazz.
Bro, it's good to have you. I mean, you're not gonna get away with dodging title talk today, mate. Trust me, trust me. But also, we call him the voice of reason. He supports a respectful club full of blacks, left, right, and center. Africans, left, right, and center. I have a soft spot for this team. I had an even more softer spot for them when they were coached by one of our club legends, Patrick Vieira. But he comes to be the voice of reason. I call him the professor, representing. He's also, you might have seen his face everywhere on CBS Sports. He likes to be a little bit modest about that one. But we know I agree on this show. Joining us again on Tunnel TV, we've got the Professor Mbizo. How you doing, my bro?
Brother, I'm doing very well, and it's a delight to be here again. It's actually been quite some time, but let me see if I can knock some sense into you folks on the show. Now I'm playing. Thanks for having me, my brother.
Nice. It's a pleasure taking time out of your busy TV schedule to join us, man. It's always a pleasure to have you here, man. I still haven't received the autograph in the mail, but you know, when you get big, you get a little bit, you forget about us little people. Anyway, yeah. Smash the like button, my people. Also, this guy has had a great week. Let me not lie, man. He's had a great week. He's come off the back of a quality result at Shite Hart Lane last week, Monday. Followed that up with a draw against the treble winners, and it looked a little bit shaky towards the end. But the resilience of Chelsea, and I've been very critical of Chelsea this season. And one thing they definitely showed is resilience. And they surprisingly took their chances from open play yesterday. So you got to give them their props. Welcome back to the show. The host of Blues Brothers, we got man like FX in the building. How you doing, bro?
Yes, indeed. Big ups, Niger Englishman. Roms, I see you. My man, them, the Crystal Palace and Babs, I see you too. Nice one. I love the top though. It's giving me that African. You go get one for all the boys. Oh, don't forget also, my brother. But yeah, it's good to be on the show. Smash the like, guys. Of course, comments, subscribe as always. Looking forward to the show. Yes, I'm in a happy mood. Chelsea's doing well. Blues Brothers, we're doing good. We've been patient. Slowly but surely, we'll get there. But looking forward to the show. Let's get it on.
All right, my people. Bear with me. If the echo is extreme, then just bear with it. Whether you're watching now, watching later, watching it in the morning, evening, afternoon, whatever. Smash the like button, my people. The more likes you smash, the more chances of getting more followers and we're able to provide with more content. But we are here, match week 12. And there's only one place to start, is Chelsea versus Manchester City. And I'll start with FX because he is the resident Chelsea fan. And first of all, I remember Roms was on a stream with me just before. Oh, we got Stone Cold breaking through last minute, joining us on the show. Pure carnage. Oh my God. You got man like Kanebi in the BD. Hey, how you doing, my bro?
I don't know. Give me a second, I'll be right back.
Nigerians. But yeah, I was telling Roms I didn't expect them to get anything out of the game, but Chelsea proved me wrong. I didn't expect them to be able to score goals from open play, and they somehow scored 3 out of open play. So one thing that I have seen with Chelsea is they can create a lot of chances. What do you think clicked yesterday in front of goal, FX? Was it just law of averages they were bound to click, or was it something specific that you saw different yesterday in the game against City?
I think it boils down to a lot of things. If you go back to our record against City ever since that Champions League win against them in 2021, we've lost against City in the Premier League 4 times in a row, and everything ended with a 1-0 victory. So it was always tight. It was always a tough one per se. Even last season that we were shite, we lost 1-0 home and away. So the fact the Pochettino conundrum, in my opinion, also added another factor to it. Pep, if you check the stats, Pep kind of has struggled with Pochettino-led side when Pochettino was also at Spurs. We do remember that Spurs beat his Man City side in 2019 Champions League as well. So Pep is a bit wary of Pochettino as well as a Chelsea side. Now, this Chelsea side, we all know, has really stepped up this season, especially in the big games against the top six, And as you said, we've always been creating chances, we weren't scoring enough. But as the games just kept on coming, I always said that I was going to judge this team from game week 10, and we're in game week 12 now. And in 2 games, we've scored 8 goals against the top 2-3 sides in the Premier League. So that just shows you a lot of resilience. It also shows you a lot of improvement in the squad, and also shows you a lot of belief in what Pochettino is doing in terms of our style of play and how we actually approach games. We absolutely bossed Arsenal in that game. A bit unlucky, in my opinion.
Bro, calm down. We're talking about City. Why are you getting violent for no reason?
I'm giving you reasons why the confidence has come to where we are. From the Arsenal game where we drew 2-2, we learned a lot of lessons from that. Arsenal used their experience to actually draw that game. We go into a game against Spurs. They make a lot of unforced and
lost to Brentford after that.
well.
Did you miss that game out? Sorry.
No. I mean, Brentford is a different whole case. I'm not going to lie. I said it here before, and I also said it on Blues Brothers. Brentford is a better team and better, well-equipped side than us right now. So once we meet teams that have been together for a while, for example, it's harder. But when we meet the bigger teams and all that, we have a point to prove. We want to show that we're not going to lose. That's why we haven't lost against the Liverpool, Spurs, or Arsenal, or even Manchester City. But definitely the best game of the Premier League so far this season. Yesterday was mind-blowing, excited. I enjoyed it. It was crazy, man. But yeah, not surprised that we actually gave City a run for their money, because at some point we are actually we needed to wake up, and it was a good way to wake up against them. I even thought we should have won.
So panel, whoa, let's calm down there. Hold on, horses there. Hey there. So panel, I want to ask, do you agree with where FX is coming with this? Do you think that they do raise their game against the bigger clubs, or is it that there's more space because the bigger clubs go and actually try and play football rather than play the low block? Like, what do you guys think it was for Chelsea?
I think it was that I was speaking to you before the game, couldn't I? And I said, I know Chelsea done well against Spurs, got the win against Spurs, got the draw against Liverpool, got the draw against Arsenal, but none of us are City. And I wasn't expecting. I'm going to give Chelsea a credit, because Chelsea are the reason why City played that. They nullified a lot of things they were doing, but I didn't expect City to have. I thought they would have more of the ball. I didn't think Chelsea would have as much of the ball as they did. And I was saying to you before the game, the reason why I think City would, in my opinion, they were going to win the game comfortably is because Chelsea would hardly have the ball. Then when they get the chances, they won't take the chances, because we know against our clubs they had quite a few chances. But if you don't have the ball, it means you won't have as many chances as you'd like. But Chelsea proved me completely wrong. And this was the performance. I was respecting what Chelsea are doing, but I feel like City are the litmus test. They were the benchmark. And for them to put up a performance like that, I said to myself, I need to start putting respect on this team. And I know you don't agree, Kane, but I think if they get a finisher, it could, maybe not this season, but it could get long for the following season. But if they get a finisher, you'll gradually see them get better. But I think Chelsea need to take a lot of credit from this game. And you know what? I'm going to go as far to agree with FX. I actually thought Chelsea probably should have won the game. I actually think
absolutely, Brums. Absolutely. Gusto, that chance Gusto missed was it for me.
Have to be on. Yeah, that was a big chance. That was a big chance. You know what? A point to score 4 goals against the champions, it rarely gets done. I can't remember the last time it was done. So you have to give credit where credit's due. You look vexed, but you have to give credit where credit's due, bro. Think about how we were speaking about them before the game.
Hey, this is not what we invited you on the show, Roms. This is not how to make a debut appearance with all this nonsense talking Chelsea can win. Now, but real talk, I have to agree in terms of I've probably been the one of the biggest critics of Chelsea this season in terms of because I just saw the club at the start of the season as a mess. Obviously, I'm on their neck because they spent $1 billion and they should get no leeway after spending $1 billion. But if I'm putting my banter card to the side, I knew it was going to take some time for them to gel. But I'm not getting carried away just yet. I'm going to bring Mbizo in after. I'm not getting carried away about this Chelsea thing just yet because, Roms, if you do remember, I mentioned things like this will happen. I mentioned that Poch will have them playing some good ball this season. They'll beat they'll take some points off big sides, but I just don't see them winning, going on a run of wins enough to creep into that top 4 bracket. I don't know if you think, after seeing the game yesterday in Mbizo, if you think differently, or what do you think about this Chelsea team?
Well, I think it would be probably a bit too early to say they've turned the corner. I think we all, as football proponents, would expect a series of good performances to be able to say, okay, yes, now they're in stride. Yes, now they're making progress and they're reaching the heights that they want to reach. But with absolute certainty, yesterday was Chelsea's best performance of the season. I haven't seen them play anything close to that. Maybe not even just of the season. I'm having a difficult time remembering the last time Chelsea pushed ball in the fashion that they did against Manchester City. I was very, very impressed. I couldn't tell you with any real certainty what the difference was. What was it about the game against City that made them perform better? I really couldn't say.
Mbizo, let me help you out. Let me just give you the secret. Why? Let me give you the secret. It's the Chelsea way. When everybody writes us off, we always bounce back. That's
proper Chelsea. Proper Chelsea.
When everybody writes us off, that's when we come back and bounce back. It's the Chelsea way, bro. That's the reason. Go on, my brother. Go on, Mbizo. Sorry about that.
All right, brother. No worries, my guy. That perhaps could be it. I'm not sure. But what's absolutely,
I think your laughter tells the story, but continue. Yeah.
No. I mean, I hear where the guy's coming from, and there's probably an element of that because, like all of you guys have said, Manchester City is a different beast, and I think there was something about the Chelsea mentality that demonstrated that they understood that. They understood that today is Manchester City, and their level rose, and not just the level of the football in terms of technical quality, in terms of their tactical acumen, but the effort. You know, you could see that players were hungry for the success. Players like Cole Palmer, for example, seemed desperate to score a goal against his former club. You know, you did see this air of people wanting to prove that they have the ability to compete. And I think if Chelsea bring that mentality to every match, because that's the level that they are now. They are not the kind of team that has the luxury of coming in and casually doing away with teams like a Manchester City. They're not at that level anymore. So if they bring themselves mentally and psychologically every game to the level that they brought themselves against City, then we can see a resurgence. Unfortunately, I think I see it happening with a lot of big clubs like Manchester United, like Chelsea. They live off of their heritage. They live off of their history, and they don't recognize the level at which they're operating now. And by comparison to that history, they're struggling. So forget for a moment about the history and understand the moment that you are in and understand the requisites for rising to the level that you once were. And it takes performances like yesterday. It takes you to a point where you must be dead at 90 minutes. The players all collapsed onto the field. You know, the guys could barely give interviews after the game. That's the kind of performance that you require week in, week out, especially when you're struggling. So I think if Chelsea can bring that along with Pochettino's tactics, I've always liked him. I don't think he's the best manager in the world, but I've always liked him. So if they can bring the combination of those two things, maybe we do see a Chelsea getting closer to where they want to be. Because like you, Niger Englishman, I feel that if you spend $1 billion, you better be winning. since that's clearly not going to happen, what's the closest you can get to desired outcomes?
And Mbizo, just to validate what you're saying, I think you're spot on because you saw it after they put in a good performance against Arsenal. You then lose to Brentford early in the season, losing to Forest at home, losing to Villa, and I think FX will agree. It's all good putting on these magnificent displays against the big teams, but you need that consistency because that's how you'll gradually go up the table. That's how you gradually go up the table. Because if you keep just putting in good performances against the big boys and then not the small ones, you're just kind of going to stagnate. You're going to fluctuate. You're going to go down, but you're not really going to go on that upwards trajectory. So I feel like
it's almost as if they come in with a superiority complex.
Yeah.
Right, and that makes you go a little bit lighter. It makes you take it a little easier. But when it's Manchester City, you're like, no. If we take it easy, we'll get slapped.
Yeah.
So do the same thing against the smaller teams, and you're the one who's going to do the slapping. So that's just my perspective on it.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, just to jump in, I think you guys are correct. I mean, it's normal for when you see small teams when they want to play the bigger teams, they step up. They make it very hard to make themselves very hard to beat. They either go in a low block or play on a counter, or they have one particular strategy or tactic that they're going to use to actually try and win that game. But yeah, Roms, Mbizo, you guys are right, because what Chelsea went through last season, where we could not even get a win against those around us, those below us, and those even above us, kind of haunted us over a long time into the season. It was shambolic. So that obviously had gone in a bit into the minds, and it's all psychological. Sometimes you have to beat that over a season. So for me, I knew that it was going to take a while for this team to gel. It was going to take a while for this team to actually try and conquer those demons from last season. And most importantly, it was also going to be very, very difficult to create another image that the club was trying to create under Todd Bowley and Scrap. So there was a lot going around the club in terms of all that. So, and we're always in the news. So these guys always had a point to prove. You spent $1 million, they're young boys. So yeah. So they always want to step up when in the big games. They kind of drop a bit backwards or take their foot off the pedal a bit when they're playing, like maybe, no disrespect to West Ham or Nottingham Forest or Aston Villa, but you just take a step back and think, oh yeah, we can actually take this game. We have $1 billion pound squad, but we were taught lessons in those games, and it was good that we actually went through that. For me, I felt it was good that we actually still had that lesson being taught. Where yes, you can lose to Nottingham Forest despite still playing good football. Yes, you can lose to West Ham despite scoring first. So, but yeah, I mean, whichever way, the most important thing is 2 weeks.
Internet no grief for you. They said, mate, 2 weeks waiting happen. Waiting what?
2 weeks,
2 weeks skinny.
We have back bragging rights.
I thought you removed him.
Rob, it's the football gods. They do when people just miss Yan and talk up and down. Things happen.
Yeah.
As you lot were talking and debating over there, like another Chelsea fan crept in the background. You know what I'm saying? This guy, we were on the pre-game show on Friday, I think, discussing the match, and he was the actual only member of the panel that picked Chelsea to win the game. So obviously that didn't happen, but they gave it a very good go. Talking about the actual game, I wanted to single out two particular players. First of all, can we just acknowledge that Pep Guardiola is just taking the piss out of the Premier League at this point, because his reserve players are going to the top teams being the best player. Cole Palmer is a joke in that Chelsea team. Like he had potential, but I never thought he'd flourish so quickly and be such a pivotal point so quickly. That could either be A, Chelsea were just really, really bad, or B, the kids is really flourishing, being away from the man them in Manchester.
Both things can be true.
Exactly. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with the both then, 100%. And also, a big shout out again to someone that's taken a lot of criticism of late is Raheem Sterling. He had a hell of a performance yesterday. He was involved in everything. He looked dangerous whenever he was on the ball.
Raza.
Chido, can you talk to me about those two particular players and their performances and what you thought about them? And then can they be coming up?
Big Raza. So I think I agree with you when you say Palmer has been really good. And Chelsea have been really poor. So you're both correct in that. And that's the paradox of Chelsea so far. Palmer, 4 goals, 4 assists, although all penalties though. But I mean, he's come in there, he's done what Kai Havertz and Mount failed to do last season. He's doing what no one has actually stepped up to do so far. So he's been immense for us. Big ups to the team that signed that guy. Big ups to Raheem Sterling for convincing that guy to come to Chelsea. Explosive guy. But the problem I have with Palmer, and I always say, I will say the good thing, and I'll say what I see as my own problem. The guy fizzles out from 65th minute. That guy could just tire. Like as if the gas don't finish, fuel don't finish. Just
now, young boy, now, he's not supposed to be your main man anyway. So please,
let me help you out also, Chido. He also has the highest amount of interceptions in terms of the high press. So he does a lot of high press.
Man's got 8 GA and he's criticizing him.
Yeah,
so that's
no. I'm just saying when he can step up, bro. That guy has
that's why he does a lot of work pressing wise. That's why he gets tired.
Yes,
I get your point.
Aggressive. He's aggressive pressing, he's shadow marking. In short, the guy starts it. So big ups to him. Big up, but again, they're supposed to work on the guy fitness. That's all. Sterling, oh boy, that guy. I've never seen Kyle Walker under so much pressure in my life watching football. Bro, that guy took Walker to the clean. How many nutmegs? Like 2 or 3 nutmegs. Man, they was just running riot on Walker.
Destroyed him, bro.
It was crazy, bro. So, and then the 2 of them just mean Pep. Like, why will you sell me? Wow, that kind of thing. Like, bro, I've never seen Sterling play like that in my life. Sterling had a good game against West Ham, even though we lost that game. Sterling had a good game against Arsenal. But I haven't seen Sterling play this way before. The guy just said, okay, you know what, City, I'm ready for you guys. He was just taking on Walker. Whether you take him to the left or to the right, guy just vex. He had a hand in almost every goal. The Roger pass that he gave him for the penalty was him. He scored. He was the one that gave the other pass to this guy for the 3rd goal. To Conor Gallagher, the shot that Ederson spilled and then Jackson rebounded and everything. Sterling was just on fire, bro. So big ups to those 2 guys. Though. Yes, we're rebuilding. Like FX said, we're rebuilding. It's still a work in progress. But those 2 City additions have been.
All right, we didn't ask for the victim part of your segment, please. I beg. Anyway, get into the comment section. Big up Jason Don't just say. Big up Jason in the comment section. He says Sterling has been the man to switch on for the critics. That's been very true. When he's getting attacked in the critics, he's always a man to step up. Everyone, including me, he seems off position and off play, but now he's fire. 100. Look, like, how old is Sterling, Roms? Or FX or Chido?
28, 29. One of them.
No, it's 29.
Nah, he's definitely not. Is he 29?
29.
Yeah.
But you see, this is the thing, Niger, that people forget about Sterling. I've always liked Sterling. The boy has been a baller for a very, very long time. But you see, one of the things he suffers from is being black in English. This is a very precarious.
That is a problem.
You should have at Jamaica. You should have played. We've got a good young crop coming through. You should have played for our country.
No, relax, my guy.
Calm down, Robs. Good back.
I'm being shameless. We're getting there.
But honestly, it's unfortunate.
You want him to play for the reggae boys?
Because
You gotta be kidding me.
Sterling plays for Pep Guardiola. We all can agree that he's one of the best managers of all time. And if Pep Guardiola could keep him for as long as he did and use him in the variety of ways that he did, including on the wing, including as a what you call a false nine,
false nine.
Thanks, Cassandra, for that one.
Across the front line. He's done well for England.
You know what, Mbizo? Yeah. Just to add on what you're saying as well. The reason why you're spot on because City, look, they won the treble last year. We know Haaland was the missing piece to get them over the Champions League. But I don't know if you don't agree. The most frightening City I remember was Sterling, Sane, and Aguero.
Yes.
That front three. That was the most scariest City ever. Yeah, that was terrifying.
Mahrez from time to time as well.
Time and going in, yeah.
Come on. Absolutely.
I think they got the record point. That's when they got the 100 points with that front three. So
I believe
it was Sterling.
But I have a question for
and Jesus.
You're so
I think
shameless.
that
But I
guy was just a bench guy that used to come out.
I've got a question for FX and Chido. So I'm a big admirer of Enzo, right? I'm not one of these people that he needs to be doing more for his price tag, but I'm not one of these people that kind of slate him week in, week out. But don't you think it's games like yesterday where he needs to do more? People say he needs to do more in general, but for me, I heard some rumors that he might be nursing an injury, but he got taken off early. Don't know if that was because of the injury, but I look at Enzo and I'm like, there's a player there, but kind of have some pizzazz that put your impetus on the game. I feel like you need to do a bit more, but I just want to know you two, a Chelsea fan, I want to know you two's opinion on that.
Okay, so Enzo is what I'll call a quarterback, right? He likes to drop deep and then dictate play, dictate the tempo of the game. It's going to be hard to do that against Man City, to be honest with you, when you have Rodri and them boys running crazy things there. Enzo, he missed the game against Brentford because his wife or his girlfriend, his partner, just had a baby. Then Tottenham, you could see you could see the game against Tottenham. It wasn't
Bun Chelsea every time.
Sorry? What is it?
He said congrats to Enzo. He was congratulating.
Oh, okay.
And then I said bun Chelsea every time though after.
Oh, shut up, man! Shut up, bro. So the game against Spurs, you could see that he wasn't fit, he wasn't ready, he wasn't match fit. They also took him off that game. Yesterday against City, and it was poor. Caicedo was also average. Caicedo was bang average. The two of them have not really. Caicedo, I still don't think he's fit. The game against Nottingham Forest, Caicedo was poor. The game against West Ham away, Caicedo was very poor. So they haven't really clicked. Enzo, I think over time, is going to click. He's a Rolls Royce player. He's not going to give you goals because of where he plays.
He's a what player?
He's a Rolls Royce player. That's what I said.
Huh?
Shut up, man. Yeah,
a Rolls Royce player. Can we please? Is it okay? Based on value, not performance. Okay, I'm getting you. Based on value. Okay, not performance.
Of course, no. Performance. The performance has been in and out. Against the big.
It hasn't been consistent.
It's not been in, bro. Let's not do this.
He played well against Arsenal, though. He played very well against Arsenal.
Of course he did.
He played very well against Arsenal. He played very well against Arsenal.
He did. You have to be honest.
No. He did that. That's one game that I was frustrated because I remember abusing him before that game.
Quickly finish before they let you lose your train of thought.
No vex, I beg, but bro, stuck. I just stuck your. Make it
Natif. Nigerian Englishman is a criminal. He's trying to distract you.
So he's at City. So I don't know if it's just because of the fact that he just had his baby and then he's not yet match fit and all that stuff. But those two games, I'll just give him a pass for now. But yeah, I agree with you, Roms. He's not been on it last two games. He's not been on it at all. But
yeah, Roms for me, real quick. I agree with Chido. He hasn't given us a consistent run of performances. It's in and out. I could tell he's trying to catch up to the pace of the Premier League as well. So the fitness is not fully there yet. So you can see he's struggling in games. He doesn't have that engine in him to run for 90 minutes. And
did he just cover a month ago? He's probably been there nearly a year. He's talking about finding the pace of the Mbizo. I'm going to let you take this one, man. Respond, I beg, please.
It happens.
You know I don't like dealing with these Premier League
question now, so I'm trying to answer. Bro, I'm only trying to answer Rom's question. That's all. So for me, I feel Enzo with time would adjust and get better. I agree with Chido as well. Caicedo too. Once that midfield pivots, that understanding, that combination is not there per se, then you would struggle. But Caicedo had a bit of a decent game yesterday against City. He was more of a destroyer, but he too is not fully fit there. He's not as athletic as we used to see him for Brighton last season. So right now, I feel those two are not fully there in terms of match fitness up there. They are there for sure. They can start games, but for me, I don't think they can play 90 minutes fully, top gear 90 minutes against top sides. So Enzo with time will get there. I'll start judging him fully next season as long as he's giving us those kind of performances. And yes, he needs to bring in that consistency for sure.
The only problem with that is, I hear what you're saying, brother, but the only problem with that is next season, correct me if I'm wrong, will be his third season for 100 million.
He joined in January. He joined in January.
So let's say
okay, so it'll still be his third season, FX. No, let's not get into technicalities here. So his games will be crossed over 3 years.
Yeah, you know, it will be his third season. You caught me there. You caught me there. But the point is, it will be his third season for that sum, and it's unfortunate. We know how modern day football is, right? If you come in for a certain sum, you have to.
It's the amount. It's that money. Yeah, it's the money.
I feel like if you can't really. I'm someone that's quite patient, but he has to start performing now, because that, for me, that's a bit too long for a player of that profile off the back of the world.
Performances in what? What's your performances? Because I remember
wait. 1 second.
£9 million.
What? Okay, after FX's comment, I would like Kenebi to come in, because Kenebi, I want to hear what you think about Enzo and his performance.
And the moment you spend that amount on a central midfielder or whatever, yes, the stats are on him. Oh, he needs to start giving more assists. He needs to start scoring goals. What's Enzo's role, really? Enzo is a register, is a deep line playmaker, is a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder. He just needs to be giving consistent performances. Yeah. Are you saying he hasn't been doing that? Yes, he hasn't been doing that.
You just say he just that little thing of being consistent, that whole thing. What is just, you know?
That's what I mean.
He just has to give us that, not stats, not numbers. He doesn't have to give you assists.
No, but FX, this is what we're trying to say. It's not. You can't say he just has to give. That's all we want from him. Consistent performance. It's not just. It's what we want from him.
What I'm trying to say, that is wrong expectations. No.
I was going to say,
I'm for 120 million. No, it isn't.
I'm someone that FX. I don't really care.
105.
No, wait. Hold on. First of all, it's 120. Don't try and reduce the money, FX. That's
euros, bro.
105.
No problem. Number 2, Kanebi's been patiently waiting. He's not said anything on this matter, so I'm interested to hear what he thinks on this Enzo situation. Am I being too harsh, expecting more from him nearly a year into his Chelsea career? Or does he still need a little bit more time? Or is he actually performing at the level that people expect him? What do you think, Kanebi? You're on mute, by the way.
How much was he signed for? 110,
120,
right?
120 euros.
That says it all. That says it all. If you're buying a player for 120 million pounds, he has to perform. There are no excuses. We bought Declan Rice for 100 million. Declan Rice has turned into the best player in Arsenal. That's the difference. You can't tell me if you spend 120 million on a World Cup winner. I know he's a young kid. He's still 22 or so. He's still learning new country, new language, new everything. It's not going to be easy for him. 24? So for a 24-year-old player, he should be playing well.
He's 24.
You should be playing well at 24, because once you're past 23, there are no more excuses.
He can't be 24 already. What you see the golden, the youngest player of the World Cup. You can't be that young. You can't be 23 though. I don't know. Comment section, please check for us. I beg. Sorry, continue.
I know he's probably young.
He's not. He's 22. Of course, he's not.
Yeah, I know he's young. He's a young boy, so that's why
he's 22.
People forget that he's a young boy.
Now the plats. Them tight, Abby. The plats are tight, Abby.
I play Football Manager now. On Football Manager, Enzo is 22, so I'm confused. Well,
he's 22. He's 22.
So basically, he's still a young man. He's learning the language, new environment, new culture. There's no sun in London, so it's not been easy for him, especially coming with 120 million pound price tag. So
105 million pounds. 105 million pounds, bros.
Okay, 105 million pounds. So I'm still giving him the benefit of doubt, because he's a foreign player in a foreign country. It's not easy to settle down. And he came in. When did he come in? Was it last summer or January?
January.
Exactly. So it's not really up to 9 months if you think about it. So
yeah, that's the thing. So he hasn't clicked yet.
He hasn't settled down really. But in football, there's no patience anymore because of the price tag. You have people like
100%.
Szoboszlai is kicking it off. Rice is kicking it off. Which other midfielder again should I think about that is kicking off? Kudus is kicking it off.
We can talk about Jude going into Real Madrid kicking it off with that price tag as well.
That's a different position. Guys.
No, bro. What do you mean different? Is it even harder what Jude's done than Enzo's doing?
That's harder. That's the biggest cut.
Yeah.
Right up here.
I don't think Enzo Fernandez has an excuse. But if you look at the history of World Cup players that they buy, if you look at the young players, if you look at the history of the young players they buy from the
see the way they did themselves.
Guys, let Kennedy finish. Let Kennedy finish. We can't even hear him talk. Let the man talk.
Go on, name land, sir.
If you look at the players that they buy in the World Cup, the young players, they always fail. El Hadji Diouf, James Rodriguez is one of them. I hope it's not Enzo, because the way it's looking, that once they buy you from the World Cup like that, you have to prove yourself. Look at Amrabat for Man United. Man United fans were gassing Amrabat. Now they want to sell him because they watched him at the World Cup. So what are we saying? It's a very dicey situation. I hope he gets better because he has an Argentinian coach. He's from Argentina. They both speak the same languages. So he can only get better. You know, he can only get better, but it's going to take him a long time. That's all I have to say about that.
Quickly, close this end of it. What FS was saying, I was agreeing. I'm not someone who's in this modern day thing where I care about stats. I like to watch games 90 minutes and take my own interpretation of the game. So when I said, literally what Kunle said, when I said, what do you think of Enzo? That's what I meant, just consistent performances. I don't care if he gets goals or assists or this, that, and other, because that's not really his role. You've got 3, 4, 5 other players to deal with that. But that's basically why I wanted to know you two's opinion, because I feel he just needs to have more consistent performances that let us know you're there, because there's some Chelsea games and I'm not really noticing he's even on the pitch. That's my point. He just needs to stamp his authority on games a bit more. That's all with Enzo. Forget about stats. Big up, Charles.
Why is everybody
let me get into some of the comments real quick, man, so we can close. Now? So we can. No, you've spoke. Let me get into the comments, and then we're gonna move past this Chelsea matter. I've been on it for like half an hour. I beg. We have better things to discuss. Big up, Jason. He says, "I'm happy you putting him up the race." I'm happy you putting him up the race card up. I don't know. I think maybe you missed the word there. I feel like a lot of our players are being undermined because of they're too black. 100%. That's that. I don't think that's stopping anytime soon, unfortunately. But we battle every year to make a change. Yeah, wait. Just message me, DM me. We can maybe arrange for you to come on this show one of these days. Big up, bro. He also said, "I wish I'd talk. Enzo and Caicedo are perfect. The issue is going forward." Interesting. I definitely want to invite you on the show to discuss that particular comment. Don't worry about 100M. Where's Anthony? Where's Maguire? Where's a whole lot of the Liverpool bunch? I don't know if there's a lot of the Liverpool bunch that haven't performed at a high price tag, but we'll get to Liverpool next. Do not worry, Roms. I can see there your facial expression changing.
I was gonna say.
United fans, forget about Maguire and Anthony, but don't consider our excuses. Interesting. Wait, is Jason a Chelsea fan, Mbizo?
Feels like it.
It is making sense now. I was wondering where this thing was going. Big up Jason each and every time. Smash the like button, share, comment, and subscribe. Kanebi, you're spot on with Enzo. It's the triple pivot because of Enzo. He is still not. For me, Enzo's not delivering yet. For me, for the price tag.
What do you mean delivering? What do you mean delivering?
He's not delivering. Can I land? No. He's not delivering consistent enough performances for his price tag and what we expect of him. No. And that's the end of. So that's the end of the Chelsea segment. Don't forget to smash the like button, check our people. All right.
There's a reason why DMs have been the most prized assets right now. If you look at from Declan Rice to Moses Caicedo.
So guys, we're talking about the title race, and we're talking about Liverpool. Hey, Roms, you can't dodge this any longer, man. Hey, Chido, we've discussed your club for nearly 40 minutes. I beg, make we move on before we do 2 hour show.
Kendall, I have no beef with Newcastle. You are too small, man. Come on, man.
Said my ops. Big up Kendall each and every time.
It's a lovely city, though.
Hey, Kendall, make sure you deal with them Chelsea boys after the international break. Sharp, I beg. And you're definitely coming on this stream to discuss with Chido in particular. Do not worry. Why I, man? Why I? All right, so Roms, obviously we saw a convincing 3-0 win at Anfield for Liverpool yesterday. So did you Tottenham fans that are still running from the wolves in the forest? They run from wolves in the forest, man. They don't have time for. They got to protect themselves. Yeah, George is hiding. He said he had another stream, and to do back-to-back streams would be too difficult. That's what he's saying now. Last week, he was talking about the aura of Postecoglou. The aura when he comes. Shut up, B. There's no aura anywhere, I beg.
He's getting high off head dye. That's his problem.
All right, should we quickly discuss the Tottenham matter, then go to the Liverpool section? Just quickly. Guys.
We can, but what's there to... Let me just ask this question. Are any of us surprised?
No, that is true. Mbizo, actually, that's a good question for you because you were encouraged about how they were playing this season. I don't know what your stance on them was in general, but you were talking about how they were playing this season.
Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, no, I thought they were good, and I've been enjoying their ball. Even in their losses, I don't think they suffered any particularly embarrassing losses. I mean, they hurt. That whole game was a mess. It was an absolute mess. But I don't think they embarrassed themselves per se. I've never liked that Argentine defender. I don't care what happens with Tottenham. I don't care how many World Cups he has. He can fill his cabinet. There's no player.
Apparently, he's better than Saliba. Apparently, that's what I've been hearing.
Not even on crystal meth can somebody say that with seriousness. Okay. There's no player there for me. And in fact, it was his contribution that unraveled everything Tottenham was trying to do. And when you have
like a domino effect.
Yes, exactly. Not just once, on various occasions. Yeah. A player like that is a plague. He's a bacteria that can create, a rot from inside. And for me, that can unravel everything. It doesn't, and it's not just
keep cooking.
It takes one bad tackle. It takes one fight, one thing to derail the psychological tranquility of your team, that all of a sudden guys are in 6s and 7s. So for me, I still think 1-2 losses is within something that's reasonable for a football club, whether you're competing for the league or not. Teams are going to lose. Teams are going to drop points. And I think it's easy for us to go and to banter Tottenham because it's enjoyable. But the fact of the matter is, they still have an opportunity to demonstrate that they're a different kind of team. Will they do that? I don't know. But up until this point, I've enjoyed their football, and I made fun of Crocodile Dundee, but he's coming and he has his team playing some very, very good
Can't get fucking rude, mate.
And you know what? There's one.
Can I just add to Mbizo? Oh, sorry, Roms. Mbizo, I mean, just to add to Mbizo, just to add to what you said about Romero. Football is a very, very amazing sport. And the thing about football is, for me, karma will always come back to haunt you. Romero, that karma was coming for him from last season when he pulled Cucurella's hair. VAR, he pulled his hair. VAR didn't spot that, didn't give him a red card. He has always been a dirty player. I was waiting for it, and that moment came. And no better time for you to now do it against your own teammate that you won the World Cup with. You fouled Enzo, almost taking off his ankle, and that's the thing. We forced Spurs, so karma caught up with him. That was why. Now God catch him.
My strong language.
That was Enzo winning us penalty. Just to clarify. Enzo.
Thank you. That was Enzo. Chido.
I'm also a coach. So when I think about coaching youth players, and I think, what kind of values do I want to instill in our youth players? I mean, do you, as Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, do you want a player that comes up and his primary concern is to break legs and to hurt players and to, we
love the 80s, bro. This ain't the 80s,
hard players. Listen, I'm African. Please don't misunderstand. I love a hard player. I love a Taribo West. But hard is different from dirty.
Yeah. And listen, you know what it is with Romero, man. Me personally, I'm not saying he's the worst defender, but I've never had him these high standards that these Spurs fans have. And the part of being a footballer, a good footballer, and to have experience is to have a good temperament. And what Spurs fans are trying to do, they're trying to compare him to Ramos. Ramos has been there, won everything there is to win. How dare you compare a Romero? I speak to some Spurs fans like a George. But you lot didn't say this about Sergio Ramos. No, Sergio Ramos actually had better playing ability as well, and he had been there and done that. With Romero, and the things with Romero as well, right? Yeah.
I also don't like Ramos, by the way.
Say that again?
I'm also not a huge fan of Ramos.
Same. He injured my star in the Champions League final. Trust me, I don't like him. I don't like him.
He can actually play football.
Yeah, he can play football. And you know what is well with Romero, right? Like you said, he almost sets a bad precedent. Once he got sent off, you got young Adoji, which with him, I've got a bit more sympathy because he's young. He will learn from this. But the difference is the older centre-back will not learn from this because Romero will do this another 5-6 times in his career. And he's the older player. So I echo everything you said. I've never really rated Romero like these Spurs fans. But Spurs as a whole, I think this was inevitable. I said they have to keep their 1 to 11 fit because their depth isn't good enough. And they got injuries earlier than we expected. I knew Maddison and Son, not really Son, but Maddison's an injury-prone player. But I didn't think it would be this soon, and he's their biggest creator. The minute it wasn't really even Romero and Adogi getting suspensions from the team. For me, it was Maddison. Once that creative spark was gone, that's it. Because that's what Son relies off. So Spurs this season, they're going to take a hit now. They've already taken a hit, and after the international break, the hit's going to get even more severe, in my opinion. They could be 5th, 6th, 7th towards, but let's say by Christmas time, honestly.
Okay, so just to add to what everyone said and what Rums has said, aside from the Maddison injury, a big injury that they had was the VDV injury. That was massive.
Yes.
The
That
VDV injury.
Do you know what? First of all, before you finish that, I'm not even all right with this whole VDV. We got VVD. Just because, nah, all this VD, bro. I'm not with it, bro. I'm not. You have to earn abbreviations to your name. Right. I beg. No, this. Give him like 1 year, then maybe we can nickname him VDV. I know this one, but Virgil. Was it Van de Ven? Van de Ven. Van de Ven.
So we have VDB. So we have VDB, the guy in Man U, the Dutch guy in Man U. That's VDB. Then we have VDV.
BDB.
Van de Beek now. Van de Beek.
Ah, shit. So that guy still plays football, yeah?
Man United killed his career. That boy was
so killed that guy. Killed that guy. So there's that guy. There's VDB. There's VVD. There's VDB. There's just everything. But yeah. Back to Spurs. Spurs were just terrible. I know. I told you that Wolves is going to beat them. Villa, they're playing Villa next. I think it's going to be at home. Villa, they're not really good traveling. But they beat Chelsea, so they probably might beat Spurs. After that, they play City. It's going to be a very hard game. After that, they play West Ham. They play Newcastle. Bro, the lineup is not good at all. These guys are going to get rushed. I say that hot Indomie.
And it's sweet. And if there was any game that I thought they might be able to get away with, I won't lie, it was this Wolves game. And I thought they nearly did. I'm not gonna lie. I could just see. I remember we were in the studio. I could just see like that. You know when you can just picture the headlines in the morning, like, oh, Spurs show fight. This is true signs of a champion. Even when the chips are down, they lost their big men with a great Ange ball. He did adapt, but he adapted correctly this time. Oh, bro, it would have been just over the top, man.
Didn't we all expect them to struggle completely?
Of course we did, Mike. Of course we did, Mike.
And it wasn't quite completely different. It wasn't all of a sudden they lost the plot. Again, like I said, and even when they went down, I was impressed by the courage. Okay, would I have made the same decision? I don't think so. I don't think I have that amount of courage, right? I wouldn't have
That's a lot of minerals, mate.
But I was impressed with the man's commitment to his identity. I was impressed. You know, he committed to who he is. He said, we're going to play the way we want to play. And you know who else does that? Pep Guardiola. You know who else does that?
No. I disagree. Go back and watch the finals against Inter Milan, the Champions League finals against Inter Milan. Go and see what Pep did. He played 4 centre backs across the line, right?
No,
then he played John
but Chido, to an extent, you know what he means. In predominantly, Pep plays one style of football. He does adapt in certain moments, but I get what you mean, Mbizo.
There's certain times that you need to improvise, and that's what Pep did.
Yes, now, but you don't improvise. You don't improvise a philosophy, Chido. You improvise particular tactics in the game.
Yeah, but the game is not your philosophy, though.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. In the game, he put his philosophy. So, for example, I want to play a high line, and I have reasons why I do that. I have reasons why I want to play a certain way. Maybe Pep Guardiola might play a different formation in a game, but he will never go long. his teams will never start to kick the ball long. So there are elements of teams that remain consistent, even if certain details are changed per game.
Although he did go long against Arsenal, but I hear what you mean.
I was about to say
Predominantly, he doesn't. You're right. You are no 99.9% of the time. Pep will never go long, but on the odd, yeah.
You know what I mean. Like, of course, there's a certain consistency, a level of consistency. Unlike certain managers who, for example, today they'll play this way. Next game is a different way. The third game it's another way, right? These I think good managers have, as something we've discussed a lot. And what's his name? The Man U fan who hates it when we say identity.
Traps,
right? Traps. He hates it. But good managers who are doing well have that. You have this expectation of more or less you know what to expect when a team comes out. And I've said the same about Arteta. All managers whose teams are playing well, who demonstrate cohesion, are teams who, because when you have consistency, by the way, it's the same thing in many things, in a classroom, in a business, when everybody understands the expectation, when everybody understands the requisites for performance, you tend to be better because there's a cohesion, there's a unity that allows everyone to support each other, everyone to anticipate what the other is going to do, and to provide that support, that unity that can take you to another level. Does it mean you're going to win every match? No, of course not. Does it mean you'll be perfect? No. But you will be stronger than if every individual is doing something different, and if you're also doing something different every game.
Well, Mbizo, in Nigeria, what we call all this was Shalaye. No, so
this he doesn't understand. Elaborate now.
It's not Shalaye, basically. So all this what you try to do, you try to explain many for Big and what he did was naive, bro. It's simple. Everybody knows Chelsea cannot break a low block. With 10 men, those guys sit back. I guarantee you them have gotten a draw against Chelsea. And this is a Chelsea fan telling you this. What he did is that he disrespected Chelsea and he got beaten 4-1. It's good for him. He's learned his lesson. He's never going to do that against the Liverpool or the Spurs side or against the City side.
He did it against Wolves.
No, Wolves didn't get red card. They didn't get red card.
No, he did highlight against Wolves again.
Nah, but I think he kind of changed the way he played against Wolves, man. I don't know if you guys agree. They look different how they set up against Wolves. I don't know if you guys agree. I don't know, man. They look kind of different. Maybe.
So they didn't have Madison, but it was still the same. It was still the same 4-3-3, and then he used Ben Davies, Dyer, CBs.
Or maybe they tried to play that way, and Wolves were just dominating, and maybe that was what it was really, because they really dominated that game. Wolves from like minute 25.
They played the same way.
All right, but guys, we've spent way too much time talking about these bum Spurs, man. Let's keep it moving. Roms thought he ducked the whole title talk. We're back at you, Roms. We're going to get into some of the comments, and then we're going to get back at you. All right, I don't know if you guys remember. If you haven't watched, if you guys are just joining us on the stream right now, make sure you go back and check. Make sure you smash the like button as well. But go back and check the segment. Mbizo was going in, man. He was dropping all sorts of bars about Spurs, COVID-19 bars. Bacteria. Man called someone a bacteria or something. I don't know what he called him. It was getting hella violent out here, man. Big up, man. Red United TV says Argentinians always play dirty. That in terms for the South Americans, they do have a little bit of a reputation for playing quite dirty, but they do have a lot of flair as well. Hence them winning the World Cup. And Mbizo says in Brazil we call this part of the Argentine game Catimba. What does that mean?
Catimba.
Catimba is it's like that necessity of putting pressure on the ref, playing a little dirty, playing the mind games, trying to get under the opponent's skin to win the game. Yeah,
they do.
Argentina and Uruguay, they are the masters of that.
Exactly. Uruguay is the other one that does that a lot.
They're the only
Italy
teams that
is infamous for that, and they're all from the same heritage.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You're actually right about that.
Big up, Big Six Spants, man. Each and every time. If you guys haven't checked their content, incredible content, man. Like Monts in the building each and every time. Casey's my guy, obviously, and I love trolling man like Corey. But go and check that channel out, definitely, guys. Big up Ozan Kabak each and every time. And yes, good manager has their principles and rules while the team kicks balls. I hear you, man. I hear you. But hey, Roms, the floor is yours, mate. Can you deny Can you deny that you're in a title race now? Can
You
you?
need to explain to the rest of the
And-
panel what can they trust. Listen,
come
no,
on,
listen,
man.
no, listen.
You want to try to do this context thing, man? Tell us, can you deny you're in a title race or not? Yes or no?
Let me land, because what can the rest of the panel? What can they try to do? I'm quite level-headed fan, but he tries to will me and he tries to set me up to crash me back down in a few months. Yeah, right. What I'll say to you. The table doesn't lie. As it stands, of course, we're in a very good position. I've said this to you many times, couldn't they? But let me ask you this. We're not as equipped as an Arsenal and a Manchester City. Yes, we have the experience.
Here we go. Victim.
We still have problems of our own. So if you ask me the question, are we in the title race as of now? Yes. But I know what my club have to do. When the January window comes, we need to make adequate requirements to our team, and we need to.
I asked you a yes or no question. I didn't ask for the ad-libs after. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
The answer is yes. But back to my club. Listen, the tax
this weekend's performance, yeah.
This tax speaks for itself. Our front five, you can take any off, you can put any on. We've got goals all across the board. I think we have the joint best defensive record now with yourselves, Kunde and Kanebi, with Arsenal. I think we've both conceded the least amount of goals. But I think there's a caveat to that. I wouldn't say it's our back four as a collective. I'll say that's Alisson, Becker. Because if you watch Liverpool, we're still conceding chances. And Bremen could have scored a goal or two. And you'll get some of our fan base that knows our defense. I watch my club week in, week out. Yes, Van Dijk, he will never get back to the heights of 2018 to 2020 when he was just unplayable. But he's got back to a very good level. And I think, sometimes after a key injury like that, you're a bit scared to do certain things because it's a psychological thing. You're scared to trigger that injury again. I think now he's conquered them demons, and I think he's now, you know what? I'm just gonna go in, because you're used to Van Dijk in his peak being quite reserved, being quite relaxed. Now he's a bit more aggressive. I think he's overcome injury and he's a lot more aggressive now. So our back four has been good. I'm not saying it's been poor, but I think this notion with our families has been excellent because of the goals conceded. That's Alisson, because if I'm not one to look at stats, but if you see the amount of one-on-ones we have every game, and that man gets us out of jail. And when you've got an attack with our firepower, that you've got a plethora of goals all through the front five plays, we will always continue to get out of jail. But I think Brentford was a very good game. Yes, they had their chances, but I do think it's quite controlled. And our problem at the start of the season was we were conceding too many goals. I think now we're up there with the most amount of clean sheets. Now we're starting to keep clean sheets at home, not away from home. That's why I think we need to improve. But at Anfield, I think our last 3 games, we haven't conceded a goal at home. And I'm happy with the trajectory of my club. And this win was important because, as you lot would know, if we didn't win this would have been no wins in 3. We lost to Toulouse in Europe midweek, and we drew against Luton, which we had, I think it was 26 shots on goal and didn't win the game. So if we was to go 3 games without a win into the international break and then have the juggernaut of Man City the first game coming back, it wouldn't have been good for us. So this win was very good for our confidence and to keep us in that top 3. But I'm happy with my club right now. We've got a few players to come back from injury, but I'm happy with the trajectory and bring it on Man City. It's going to be tough, but we need to go there and show something. We've not won there. We've not won there. Don't laugh. Just because you've got one win in how many years.
No, wait. Do you know why I laughed? Let me tell you why I laughed. Is because you started to bring it on with so much confidence. And you bring it on, Man City. And then you came back down to earth shit.
I have to be honest. Going away to Man City, it is a massive task. So that's why I had to put a lid on it, man, because it is quite a daunting task. But we need to get something.
Roms, there's no need to put a lid on it, man. You guys are the guys that know how to actually beat Manchester City. If there's any team
at Anfield, we've not beat them there.
It doesn't matter.
Years. We've not beat them there.
Yes, wow, exactly. That's true. Okay. I get you, but still, you've got to still.
There's always first available anywhere.
Exactly, you got to give your club and your coach a chance, man, because you guys actually know how to beat Manchester City. But Liverpool, for me, I think, surprise. I thought you guys would be struggling. I thought you'd be around 5th, 6th after 12 games. But
hell no.
Zobo, this was Slozabay. How do you pronounce his name?
Just call him
Zobo. Zobo, he's been a really good acquisition. He deserves to wear that number 8 jersey. You had Naby Ketia wearing that jersey. That was an abomination. That was just wrong, man. You signed an old man to be wearing that jersey. It was just an abomination to Steven Gerrard, really. But I mean, aside that, you look good. You're right about VVD. It looks like he's stepping up. I saw him go in a tackle on, I'm trying to remember if it was Wisa or Mbuemo yesterday. And typical VVD Van Dijk last season was the guy that would be pointing and telling Matip or Gomez or TA, go get him. Let me wait here. He was always the guy taking the selfie, always waiting, not trying to take responsibility. But now, I also have a feeling it's because of the criticism he got. A lot of people criticized him on social media, on panels like this, on TV, on internet TV, everywhere, on Tunnel TV. We all did, and we all saw that. Look, Van Dijk had dipped. This is not a world-class striker. World-class defender in any way. If you don't take responsibility, So it's good that he stepped up, and that's one of the reasons why you guys are not conceding, and that's one of the major reasons why you guys are like in a title race right now. But a little too early, I would say, because I have a feeling you guys are going to struggle second half of the season. Endo is not that answer. Yeah, I don't think Endo is the answer.
Tell us your thoughts. English Niger,
to talk. I'm not going to lie to you.
We need to invest, brother. We need to. We can't go to the end without a defensive midfielder.
I hear all that, but the beginning of the season, the only teams I've been scared of is Liverpool and Man City. Nobody else. Liverpool and Man City, they are the ones who have set the standard for the last 3 years in the Premier League or the last 4 years or whatever. Last season was a one-off. One-off. Beautiful one-off. If you think Liverpool are going to struggle, hell no. Liverpool have firepower. They have Salah, Gakpo, even Nunez. Nunez is trying. Diaz never dies. So I'm scared of Liverpool.
What did I say to you,
Jota. They have Jota.
Yes, they have Jota. I'm scared of Liverpool.
Hey.
At the end of the day, you have to look at it from this point of view. These guys have won a Champions League, a Premier League, a Carling Cup, an FA Cup. Bruh, you can never write them off. You can never write them off because they have won before they know how to win. So this year, I'm scared of Liverpool. I'm scared of Man City. Liverpool might even win the title. You never know because nobody's really talking about them. Nobody's really talking about them. Everybody's talking about Arsenal and Man City, but nobody's talking about Liverpool.
And
so,
and Kenebi, this is before Mbizo comes in, and that's what Roms and his club have been trying to do. His fellow fans, they've been trying to do it, just going under the radar, like, we're the victims here, guys. No, we don't have anything. Don't watch us, man. No, Roms, we are onto you. You guys are the real deal.
I agree with you.
Yes, he must fall. He must fall, Mbizo. He must fall. Oh, yeah, land.
I agree.
Explain yourself and this comment you wrote here.
I agree with Kanebi, and in fact, Niger Englishman, haven't we been discussing this a lot? Didn't I say to you that what Liverpool's problem was a midfield that they didn't replenish? What I told you was that letting Sadio Mane and Gini Wijnaldum go in quick succession without replacing them practically took the heart and lungs out of a team and expected them to compete. Okay, that was never going to happen. But they went and they replenished the midfield. They went and they got a Darwin Núñez who performed poorly, yes, last season. But what did I say to you? I've always liked that boy. And I've always liked the fact that even when he's not hitting the back of the net, he's contributing to the team all over the pitch. He runs back to defend. He closes up top. His runs are spectacular. And for a player of his size, he has quite good agility and dribbling ability. I like that player. And his performances this season, it's almost like Liverpool have a new signing, because he's making contributions in ways that he wasn't quite able to last season, right? He's finishing some of the chances, despite missing some. He is finishing other chances, which last season were almost a guaranteed miss. So for me, he's another one who's sort of growing into his shoes. And I've always liked Klopp. He's one of my favorite managers of all time. I don't necessarily think he's one of the best of all time, but he's one of my favorite. So for me, I always knew Liverpool was creeping back to being a top team. I always had faith that they could do so, particularly if they replenished the midfield. I watched that Hungarian boy a few times in Germany, not many. I didn't see what what he's producing in the Premier League now, I didn't see that last season in Germany. So I think he's showing everyone who wasn't aware of his ability how good he can be. I'm surprised by the Argentine boy. Despite playing in a position that's not his natural position, he's looked very good. And I didn't think he was a special player either.
This can I just add to that? This, what Kanebi said about us possibly winning the league, I'd agree with, but McAllister, like you said, he's doing very well for a position that's not his. You move him into his actual position and get a competent defensive midfielder because Enzo's not good. I'll tell you.
And that's what's missing.
Enzo's not good. That's when I think we can win it. That is honestly when I think we go all the way. We've got the
That's what's missing. You go get yourself a francophone African from France. You put him at CDM and you're cooking. You go get yourself a big. You go get a big that can also push ball.
The only player that I can think that can complement that midfield would be Tuchemeni. And I want Tuchemeni for us.
No,
Tuchemeni.
No, but
he rejected us. He rejected us.
Wait, hold on. Let me come in. Let me come in.
Would make Liverpool immediately title challengers.
Immediately. Even challenge for the treble.
You can go a little bit lower. You can go a Kefren Turam. Okay, you can.
There's a player I've always wanted. There's a player I've always. Sorry to cut you. There's a player I've wanted him for about the past year, and he's called Yusuf Fofana from Monaco. I think he answers all our problems.
Yes,
he's amazing. He will answer all our problems.
Like I said, go to France. It doesn't matter who.
And this is the thing. This is the thing about the French market. Like the French market is, man. Look, Mbizo, he knows my prior opinion of the French league and the players. Mbizo's kind of talks me around, and I remember after watching that Toulouse deal with Liverpool, I said, anything I go say for that. I know they call them Farmers League again, though, because the football I've been seeing from some of them French boys this season, and they have a funnel of strong defensive midfielders in League. Let's be honest, undiscovered.
You also West Africa to be able to compete with England. Okay, so what France lacks is money and maybe a little more infrastructure, but talent is chock full. So now what you do is you go in and you find yourself a player that fits a profile. You don't find a high profile player. You just go find a good footballer. It's
how Leicester found Kante. That's how Leicester found Kante.
That's how Leicester finds Kante. That's how Brighton finds the players that they find. That's how a lot of clubs in world football who have demonstrated that it's possible. Stop scouting via the internet. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop scouting via YouTube.
Yeah, Bowley. Yeah, Todd.
You also realize the talent of the French league when obviously you've made your travels to RC Lens and you obviously got that result, didn't you? I told you I'll get you back.
Lens had to lose at home.
But what about Toulouse? How does it feel to lose to Toulouse?
They're similar positions in the league. I think they're a couple points away from one another. So actually, not anymore. But at the time they played.
You're wrong. I also think what Chelsea did to Liverpool, where they, of course, ensured that Liverpool weren't able to get Caicedo and Lavia, was that was just more of, just ensuring your rivals are not equipped enough. So that just reminded me of the Peter Kenyon days when Peter Kenyon joined Chelsea, where every Manchester United or Spurs targets, Chelsea got them. Essien, Robben, Peter Cech.
So you admitting you're a club for the snakes? Yeah. We've known that for a while.
That's still fine. That's how you ensure that your rivals are not equipped. So you equip yourself. So I think that's what Chelsea just did to Liverpool. Because if you go, that's life. That's life.
What's your position now?
So basically, that's what happened to you guys.
What's your position now with your equipment?
Quality players.
This draw is fooling people. People have managed to draw now. We don't hear what.
There's nothing fooling us.
But Mbizo, I agree with you. Like
did Arsenal beat Chelsea? They're saying it's fooling us.
We beat Man City. We did not draw with Man City. I celebrate draw. We beat them.
Did you beat Chelsea? Did you beat Chelsea?
We're not playing ping pong like you people.
Did you beat Chelsea?
What's your position now?
Thank you. So nice one, Rom. Next time,
it took us to over an hour to get Carnage in here, so we did really, really well, man. We did really well. Big up. All right, guys, let me get to some of the comments real quick, man. Hanif says Liverpool have Klopp, and can they maintain the pace? International breaks will impact all the big boys. Chelsea will not make European football this season, unfortunately. I find a Chelsea fan that sees the light. He understands me. Big up Hanif each and every time, man. He said, we don't need to talk about the Arsenal stuff just yet. Don't worry about that.
Bring it back, because I've been saying
I swear.
Remember, I've been saying that Mikel Arteta, I've been saying that he's underrated even. And this is coming from a person who I had no faith in him at all when he began. But I think he is brilliant because I think Arsenal is overachieving with the players that they have on paper. I don't think.
Yeah, he don't rate us. You don't rate us, man.
Not on paper, but I think you're playing well. But in general,
what he's saying though, it's because we're not a team full of stars.
No, you don't have stars.
We had to organically raise these boys from academies, buy them or whatever. So I get where he's coming from. We don't buy stars at Arsenal. So
but even not stars, they don't have to be stars.
So wait. You spent 100 million on Declan Rice. That's not a star. You bought Odegaard. That's not a star.
So
no one was calling Odegaard a star when we signed him, FX. So don't do that, bro. Nobody was bigging up. Everyone was saying we should have signed Maddison instead of Odegaard, and I was one of them as well. So don't try it, FX. Don't.
Havertz is high up the table, it's not more immutable, so it's okay.
Bro, Odegaard was a wonder kid, hot talent. Everybody wanted.
Yeah, but when we signed him, we wouldn't have got him for 30 million if he was still a wonder kid, FX. That's the logic here.
Kante was bought for 30 million. Doesn't mean he's not a fantastic player.
It's nothing like Kante. Kante just won the league. Kante just won the league with Leicester. Odegaard had been a bench warmer at Madrid. How is it the same? Tell me the similarity.
He played a full season with Sociedad and he balled. Stop saying
but hold on. FX didn't watch that season. He's just going by stats. He didn't watch nothing there. He's chatting shit, bro. About Sociedad. There's none of nobody was saying Arsenal had just found a wonder kid when we signed him, FX. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. Nobody said that.
The moment Real Madrid bought him. Yes, from the moment they bought him at 15, he was a wonder kid, bro.
Bro, we're not talking about him being a wonder kid at 15. What did he do from 15 to 21? Nothing, and that's the reality. So everyone writ him off, and Arteta found him.
15 to 21.
When you're a wonder kid, you're on the spotlight from 15 to 21. Then you got to do something. No one gave him the benefit of that doubt. Then nobody did. Let's be honest.
Bro, it was including me. Team. He got team of the season when he was at Real Sociedad. Stop saying stuff you don't know. Go and check.
Which La Liga team of the season?
This is the first time I've ever heard you big up Odegaard. You just compared him to Kante moving to Chelsea. So Kante that just won the league with Leicester. No, wait, hold on. Kante winning the league and then going to Leicester is nothing similar to Odegaard moving from Madrid to Arsenal. There's zero similarities in this. I don't know why.
For 30 million pounds
there's zero similarities there, bro. Except the price tag. That's it. The price tag.
Yes.
Yeah, but he was never. Was Kante ever a star boy? No. So they're completely different angles we're talking about here. Let's not.
You're right when you say it's different, but FX is right when he says Odegaard was a wonder kid. He was a wonder kid, and then Eredivisie was a wonder kid. 18-19 season, La Liga 19-20 season was a wonder kid. It was the team of the season.
You guys know what
Chido, when we signed him, were you praising us? When we signed him? That's all I want. The fact that you weren't, then okay, no problem. That's all I wanted to acknowledge. No one was praising us when we signed him for 30 million. Like, what?
I wasn't part of Tunnel TV then. I didn't join Tunnel TV.
I'm saying a lot of Madrid fans were bigging up Arsenal. They were saying it was a steal. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. Because people
major
that Liga knew the guy was balling. The guy was balling for real. Like FX is very correct. He was Odegaard.
Do you know what is star? Odegaard was never a star.
Do you get what I'm saying?
When he joined Arsenal,
he was never a star. He had a good season. No, but that's what we're talking about. We're talking about stars. But we're talking about stars here. So why are you bringing him into the discussion then? Thank you. A pointless 7 minutes we just wasted there, guys. All right. So guys, like, share, comment,
Hey.
and subscribe to the
Hey.
channel, my people, my
Hey.
people. It's been a great discussion so far. I'm gonna get into some of the comments, and then I'm just gonna quickly end the show with a couple of brief remarks about my club. You get me? So, Mbizo, I don't know if I'm gonna read that first part, but Saka is a star, mate. I think Saka's a star. I'm not even ready to give him the world class tag just yet. At the end of the season, I might be able to give him a different answer, but he's definitely a star boy, 100%. I don't know about the first.
Who are the world class players to you? Which one are the world class players to you?
What? Where?
Yeah, I think Saka is world class.
In the EPL, who are the world class players in EPL?
In the EPL, we ain't got enough time to go through that, man. We'll leave that for another show during the international break, bro. Don't worry. Look, we got the whole international break, guys. That's a great comment. We can talk about ranking players in the Premier League maybe Thursday or Friday, because let's be honest, none of us boys are going to be excited about international football. I'll still watch it. Don't get it twisted. But will I be okay? Yeah, and Mbizo will be actually. Yeah, he might convince me to watch some games. Who knows? Man? We'll see.
But Mbizo, Crystal Palace lost, right? I mean, Everton beat them or something.
Hey! There's no need for violence here.
The stream is ending, my guy.
I'm just trying to figure out.
Chido, relax, bro.
No, the stream is ending. The stream is ending. Let's leave it bizarre. Chido, leave him.
He wants to end with violence.
Leave it now.
I'll admit, bro. I'll admit that one hurt, bro. That one.
Hey, Hanif. I'll say I wouldn't say any comments are silly. You just disagree with his comment. And Mbizo said your comment about Saka is a bit.
Exactly.
One of the best players in the league. He's their go-to man for sure.
Hanif, you just came in insulting.
Why
I don't really do well with that.
Come on, Hanif. You're better than that. I hear the comment, though.
Hanif, why you
Mbizo did not say anything about
Come on,
Saka, though.
relax.
Mbizo did not say anything about Saka, though. Did he say anything about Saka? I don't remember.
He did.
Isn't like a top player. Like he's not the kind of player that can lead you to titles. In comparison to others.
Hey, Chido, this one is a long one. Don't get us involved in this one because we'll be one extra hour on this stream. But during the international break, do you know what? I'm gonna think of the subjects and maybe Thursday, Friday, I'll get you guys involved and we'll make it happen. I hope Roms will be available as well. I like your approach to things. And Mbizo, bro, I don't know what you're doing, bro. Trying to cause violence in the comment section and on the panel.
It was not me. It was not me. This Hanif, he came in insulting.
No, it's not fine. It's not. Nigeria Englishman. Mbizo didn't do nothing, man. Mbizo didn't do nothing, man.
Even when I disagree respectfully. You know how I am. You know how I am. So this Hanif, he managed to draw,
Let's not waste time on the comments.
Yeah. Hey, look. Big up Hanif, big up Taiwo, big up Ibrahim, big up JK, big up what's it called? Kabak, who else has commented on the show today? I know I saw no Man United fans and no freaking Tottenham fans in the comment section. Where are you? Man, you beat Luton now. You beat the airport this weekend, man. You beat the airport now. Why aren't you celebrating now?
Nigeria Englishman, cool down. There's a man you fan in the comments. His name is Ibrahim. He said the dictator in black glasses. Who is he? He's a joker. Why didn't he join the stream? Bloody.
So wait, the guy has time to comment, but not to come on the stream.
He can come, but he can't come on the stream.
He's a clown.
Always
bloody weasel.
And you end up in Man U's dead club. I beg.
So quickly, Man U stumbled across a 1-0 win against Luton. Arsenal, I'm not going to talk too much about Arsenal. It was a kind of a routine professional performance this weekend. We started very slow, let them back in the game. And then we kind of got our result the George Graham way in the end, like 2 set pieces and locked up shop, even with the 10 men. So to be honest, I would say I'm not completely excited about how I'm seeing us play this season, but you can't knock a manager that's still collecting points. And what he has shown me above anything is he knows how to win in different ways. If we're if we're going to push for this title, for me, we need to figure out what the fuck's going on with our midfield because we haven't figured that out yet. We've not figured that out yet, but we're winning games and I'm excited, but we can't, it's not, what's going on in my club right now, I don't think is sustainable. Something needs to click and fast so we can start blowing some teams away. Even though like, a winner get at home against Burnley is not nothing to brag about, but 3 points are 3 points.
You know I have the answer. You just don't like
What's the answer?
What's
You guys are not good on paper. You guys are not good on paper. You're doing as well as
Mbizo. Do you remember
Yeah.
Valencia? Remember that
Huh?
Valencia team?
No,
Remember that
I
Valencia
know
team that went
Gotta
back
go,
to back
guys.
finals?
Stay
Yeah,
black.
yes, I do.
Yeah,
Under
I've
Hector
got
Cooper.
to go.
They
As
had
well.
no star in that team. They played for each other.